Let me ask you about the president's plan on pulling out troops in Syria. The Pentagon, according to our reporting, has already made preparations for at least putting, 3,000 people on the U.S. Southern border. And then, of course, the president has talked about pulling troops out of Syria and even Afghanistan. Where are you on this president's use of U.S. troops in these capacities?
Yeah, you've mentioned a bunch of different examples. Look, it makes me angry when I see our troops being used as political pawns. It makes me angry to see our troops essentially being used as mercenaries for hire to go and fight in regime change wars in other parts of the world. Our troops sacrifice so much. Their families sacrifice so much. They must be honored by only being sent on missions that are worthy of their sacrifice and that truly serve the interests of the American people and our country. This is why we need to bring our troops home from Syria. We need to bring our troops home from Afghanistan. And we need to end these regime change war policies that are so costly in ways that I've just discussed.
Do you worry about
human lives, in American taxpayer dollars?
Those countries being left particularly vulnerable with the U.S. troop pullout?
We have a small number of troops in these countries, and ultimately their presence there is not going to make them more or less vulnerable. Our troops need to be concerned about keeping the American people safe, making sure that our country is secure. And this president's policies, and frankly the policies that have spanned through different administrations and through both political parties of continuing regime change wars, not only make us less safe, not only make the American people less safe because they strengthen and increase the numbers of terrorist groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda, but they also undermine our ability to achieve peace, for example, in a place like North Korea, where the leader of North Korea is maintaining nuclear weapons and has built these nuclear weapons as a deterrent against the regime change war policies that we've seen throughout our country's history for a very long time. We cannot begin to think that the negotiations to denuclearize the North Korean peninsula will have any fruit so long as our president, this administration, continues to wage regime change wars and threaten regime change wars as he is doing currently in places like Venezuela and in Iran.